Right there, and welcome back. So I've just arrived in the Lake District. I've parked down in a little car park just down here near Lanthwaite Green Farm, which is just alongside Crummock Water. And today I'm going to be tackling this beast up here. That's heading up towards Whiteside Ridge, and hopefully I'm going to get up there and find somewhere to camp for the night. It's the August bank holiday weekend. Normally I avoid the Lake District like the plague around the bank holiday times because it's always chock-a-block. So the wife's away with work, so rather than sitting at home bored, I thought I'll chance it. It's the last bank holiday weekend of the year, apart from Christmas, that is. I've made the decision to come out and do another solo wild camp. I thought I'd get up here quite early, so I've been sat in the van since about 8:30 this morning. I had some breakfast, a cup of coffee, and just sat chilling out. There was 2 cars in there when I arrived, but it's absolutely chock-a-block now. It's 1:20 now. I'm in no hurry. I'm just going to have a nice stroll up on top. I haven't really planned where I'm going to camp either. I'm just going to make it up as I go along. But it will be up in that sort of area, up alongside Hopegill Head and Sand Hill. But I just haven't made my mind up yet. We'll see when we get up there. So we've just crossed over the little bridge there, over Liza Beck. That runs all the way down Gasgale Gill. We haven't gained that much elevation yet, but as you can see, all the views are starting to open up. I'll turn you around here, just looking over there. I think it's Low Fell and Fell Barrow. Then you're going to have Carlin Knot, I think it is, Blake Fell, and what's the other one called? Gavel Fell. The big lump here is Melbrake, which I've camped on. Here, looking over to Starling Dodd and Red Pike. The big lump beside us here, that's Grassmoor. I've done this route before when I was bagging the Wainwrights a few years ago now, and I really enjoyed it on that day. It's a beautiful ridge and you get some cracking views off top, which you'll see when we get up there. But it's no good standing around talking, is it? Need to get a move on. Yep, already breathing out my backside. Steep going this one. Like I said earlier, I'm in no hurry. Sunset tonight isn't until around about 8:30, so plenty of time to get up, chill out on top, find somewhere to pitch the tent, and then just have a nice relaxing evening. Look at that down there. All the heather is blossomed now. Looking really nice. Looking class. That there, that's looking down onto Crummock Water. And then further along there you'll have Buttermere. I'd imagine it'll be absolutely heaving down there today. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but just looking over in the distance there, the Dumfries and Galloway fells have come into view. And I can also see the Solway Firth. And look at this view, man. Up Gasgale Gill. Absolutely fantastic. And the last time I was up here, I was with my brother-in-law Spadge. We set off walking just as the sun was rising, and we got to this spot here, and the sun was rising just at the top of the valley there. It was absolutely stunning. What I'll do is I'll dig some photographs out and I'll put them up on the screen, because it was a beautiful sight. Unbelievable. But this valley here, we'll come back down this in the morning. It's a stunning valley, that. Beautiful. Look at that. What a beast that is, isn't it? Grass mower. Yeah, we've got a few little scrambly points here. I may need to put the camera down, get up here, just in case I need any handholds. Doesn't look like anything too difficult, to be honest with you. Yeah, it wasn't too difficult, to be honest with you. Just steady away. Just over there now, Lowes Water's just come into view. Yeah, I remember when I was camped up on High Snockrig just below Robinson last year, and I had Buttermere, Crummock Water and Lowes Water Lake all in view. Absolutely spot on. Whew. Just stopped for a much needed breather. Yeah, it's tough going, especially when you got your camping gear on your back. To be honest with you, I'm glad it's not blazing sunshine. It's just nice today. I think it's supposed to be about 12-13 degrees today. It does feel a bit warmer than that. I think it maybe it's because the humidity's quite high, which makes it very difficult to breathe. Well, that's my excuse anyway. Nothing to do with fitness. So just back there, we've just walked over the top of Whin Ben, which is 413 metres. There's two lads there. I'm going to have to talk quietly because I don't know how far back they are. But they out for the night camping, and he had the loudest beatbox on. Jesus, I hope they camp nowhere near me. I've come by for a peaceful night. Blasting the music. Our next summit here is Whiteside. I think when I get up onto Whiteside, I might stop for a butty. Brought a couple of butties with us for me lunch. Like I say, today wasn't about getting up at 100 miles an hour. It's about taking it steady and enjoying the walk. That's what it's about these days. Like I say, when you do the Wainwrights, you're blasting on, fell to fell, in all weather, missing all the views. Where now, the camping, hard work, but you get to see a lot more. That's where we're going up there. Just make out a couple of people going up. One step at a time though. And we'll be there shortly. I'm boiling, I'm knackered. Will I change it for anything? Nah. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but I wear trousers most of the time that I'm walking. Especially when I'm walking through the heather. Because it'll be tick central. I'll still be giving my arms and everything a check over though later. I've got my little tick tweezers with us, so if I have got any of the little blighters on us, I can get them off. So the full route's coming to view now. You can see Whiteside summit there, all the way along the ridge, Hopegill Head, and then Sand Hill, which drops down into Coledale Hause, and then rounding up onto Grasmoor. It's canny drop, in it. Nice view of Crummock Water there. All this here, that's Gasgale Crags. Fantastic sight. We're going up there now though. Like I say, once we get up here we've broke its back. Straight along the ridge and up onto Hopegill Head. Alright, it's a steep old climb, this one. All the fitness I've lost over the last couple of months is definitely showing now. Yeah, it's a tough one. The path going up here splits there and splits here, but I think they both sort of meet as you gain more elevation. We'll take the left one. Yeah, the two paths have joined here and got a bit of a scramble up here, straight up. So I'm going to put the camera away until I get to the top. I'll get back to this in a bit. Well, I just bumped into a nice chap there, I called Paul. We had a good big crack there about all things hiking and wild camping and camping gear. Said he used to camp about 15 years ago, I think he said. He's just been and bought himself a new pair of trail shoes from Kong in Keswick. They had a sale on. 50 quid he paid for them. Bargain. Anyway, Paul, if you do catch my video, it was nice speaking to you, and I hope you had a nice safe walk back down. It gave me the excuse to stop and get my breath back, because I'm absolutely knackered and I've still got to get up here yet. Way up. Look at this here. One of them parasailers. Impressive that, like. Not my cup of tea though. Absolutely awesome that. I bet the views are absolutely spectacular. I just wouldn't have the nerve to chuck myself off the end, like. Definitely not. Unreal that. Here's some better views of Gasgale Crags. Again, the camera probably doesn't do it justice, but absolutely fantastic. Oh, nearly forgot to mention it. I've got my new tent out with us tonight. If you remember in my last video, which was the charity camp up on Grey Crag, I mentioned my new tent, and I decided at the last minute, due to the weather, not to take it on the camp with us, and I took the Hillyberg Solo instead. But anyway, I've got it tonight, so when we get up here and find somewhere to pitch, I'll give you a look at it. Got these little flying ants back again. Just had one land on top of my glasses there. Oh, not half as bad as the day that I completed the Wainwrights up on Grange Fell. There was absolutely swarms of them. We had to literally tap out on the top and then drop down low down just to get out the way of them. Oh, they're honestly horrible, horrible things. I didn't like them. Yeah, so new tent's out. Yeah, we'll have a good look at that later on. I've only ever pitched it twice in the garden, so got it out for real now. Right, here we are, top of Whiteside. This is the true Wainwright summit at 707 metres. Although it's not the highest along the ridge, the highest is Whiteside East top, which is 719. But Alfred Wainwright chose this as his summit, so if you're completing the Wainwrights, this is the one you need. Our next stop is, like I've already mentioned, Whiteside East top, then over onto Hopegill Head, and then Sand Hill. Let's go. Look at this view down here though, man. Looking down onto Lawton. Beautiful. You see all the way over to Whin Ben now. I'm not sure what the one's called in the distance. You've got Bath, Lord's Seat, Broomfell. I think it's Broomfell. If it's not Broomfell, I'll put up on the screen what it is. Yeah, I thought I'd just come back to you. You've got Greystones there, Broomfell there, and that one is Lord's Seat. Yeah, I know the camera probably won't pick it up, but this is absolutely fantastic. Looking over onto the Solway Firth there, coming round, you can just make out in the distance the Dumfries and Galloway Fells, and then come all the way around and you've got the Irish Sea. Now, if it hadn't been so misty over in that direction, we'd have probably been able to see the Isle of Man. There we go, looking over onto Ladyside Pike, and then over here, just up there, Cragale and Ale Crag. So here we are on Whiteside East top. This summit is 719 metres, slightly higher than the Wainwright summit, but what a view, man. Absolutely awesome. That's frightening, that down there. Look at the state of that, man. That's just absolutely mental, that. If you fall down there, sorry, but you're a goner. I bet when it's a total whiteout up here, God, be frightening. Well, the next one for us is Hopegill Head. Alright, the forecast's not bad today. I think it was forecast for where we're going around about 7 mile per hour winds with 9 mile per hour gusts. Temperature, I think around about 12 degrees, and I think it's very much the same for tomorrow. So the weather's been spot on. Again, it said that it would be cloudy, but high cloud above the summits, little bit of sunshine, and it said maybe there's a few scatterings of showers, but touch wood, we've had no showers yet. It's been actually quite pleasant, it's been nice. Yeah, back there when I said when we get up the Whiteside we've broke the walks back, well, looking at what's in front of us, Hopegill Head, I think I might have been lying. Look at this. They always look a lot tougher from a distance. Once you get up to them and you start walking up them, it's not bad at all, to be honest with you. You look back and you think, bloody hell, I've just come up that. But I like when you're doing like a walk, especially if it's like a horseshoe, and you can actually see your full route that you've done. It's like quite impressive, really. You think, bloody hell, I've just walked all of that. But if you were to look up at it, if you were out with somebody and you're looking and say, oh, we're going to walk all of that, we're going to walk all the way around and up and across all them tops, they'll probably look at you and go, are you mental? But like I say, once you start, you're sharp 8 into the miles. No, in general, once you've got your height, you have more or less cracked it. It's not often you lose all of your height. That is soul destroying, like when you do. You've got all your height and you've got to come all the way down to go back up again. I did that a few years back. I walked up onto Knotrig, Hard Crags, dropped down the side of Hard Crags, and then up into the little col between Sale and Scar Crags. Walked up onto Scar Crags and then up onto Sale. Very tough that day. I like this ridge. Spot on. Not too technical. I bet this is a nightmare getting up when it's absolutely soaking. It'll be like glass. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be coming down that in the wet. But like I say, I'm on a little bit of a path here. That's sort of meandering its way around it. There's still a few bits that I've got to climb up though, but nowhere near as bad as that. The cloud cover there on Skiddaw doesn't look very nice, does it? Thankfully, the wind is blowing in from the southwest, so it should keep it that way. I'm going to say it again. I'm knackered. I will sleep well tonight. Not down there, something down on there. I think it's called Hopegill. And then that little lump over there is called Dodd. There is another Dodd just below Skiddaw. Here we are, top of Hopegill Head. I think it is 770 metres. Look at that drop down there. Looking over onto Gasgale Pike there. And then you've got Hobcarton. Oh man, look at that. Unbelievable. And over there to Causey Pike. I think just behind that there, that'll be Cap Bells. Oh, big bee on us now. Haha, had a massive bee on us. And then there's all these ants. So I'm going to get down off the summit. Yeah, look at that. Fantastic, isn't it? Looking awesome. Just looking directly through there in the distance. Yeah, I've got one door here. And I think that directly through there, I think that's possibly Scarfell Pike. I was just thinking there about Gasgale Pike. When I was doing the Wainwrights, that was my Wainwright number 1. That's what actually got me into fell walking. Up until 2015, I'd never ever walked a fell. And then I completed them in 2022, which was a huge personal achievement for myself. Yep, my 10th year walking the fells. And I think it's me coming up my 3rd year for camping. Yeah, it's hard to believe that. All of these here, all the way around, as far as the eye can see, I've walked them all. Fantastic experience. One that'll forever live in the memory. Yeah, I've got the brother-in-law to thank for that. Cheers, Spadge. He's the one that got us into fell walking. And look at us now, out on my own. Took the stabilisers off. Cut the apron strings. Tell you what, man, looking for places to pitch. This isn't a bad area to pitch here. Bit close to the path though. Right, it is on a bit of a slope as well, like. I'm going to have a walk over to Sandhill, see what that's like over there. We'll have a look over there. Keep bringing you back, don't I? Look at that. How awesome is that? Absolutely breathtaking. You walk 2 yards and you see more views. Class. Yeah, it's the beauty of spending a little bit more time on the fells. Bit of quality time. Not worrying about how many you need to rattle off and rushing back to the car. Like I say, I'm in no hurry. I'm spending the night up here, so there's definitely no hurry. Yeah, like I said earlier, I started walking the fells back in 2015. I've been doing it for 10 years. I feel like I've robbed myself of it. I should have been doing this in my 20s, not in my 40s and 50s. 52 now, but better late than never. While my body's able, I'll carry on. Right, here we are, top of Sandhill, 756 metres. And that's looking back over to Whiteside, the ridge that we've just walked across. Quite impressive. I was hoping to get somewhere to pitch on top of here, but it seems quite rocky, so I don't know yet. I'm going to have a quick look around on the top of here and see if there's anywhere to pitch the tent. If not, I'm going to have to find another location, or maybe even drop a little bit further down. I'll have a look and I'll get back to you. Well, I think I found a reasonably flat spot here, but like I said earlier, it is a little bit rocky. So what I've done is I've taken one of my pegs out and I've tried to push it into the ground to see if I can get a good purchase. And yeah, it's awkward in places, but I think it is doable. Like, so I may just pitch here. So, but I'm not going to pitch yet because it's a little bit early. What I am going to do is I'm a little bit peckish, so I've just put my top on because I was cooling down a little bit there, and I'm going to have a sandwich. A nice corned beef and beetroot butty. Get in there. Right, so I said earlier I've been getting a new tent, and I said in the last video I've been getting a new tent, and here it is. And you'll be thinking, well, what is it? It's in an osprey bag. Well, like all my tents, I take them out of the main bag and I put the inner and fly into its own separate stuff sack, and then I separate the pegs and the poles. So anyway, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's the new Terra Pioneer Lite 2. Now bearing in mind I've had this since May, but it's the first outing on the fells with it. This is the new revised model of the Terra Pioneer Compact 2. There's been a few improvements made to this tent, which I'll go into once I get the tent pitched. So that's the tent there. I must say, all in, without the footprint and pegs, it weighs 1.5 kilo. With the footprint and pegs, it weighs about 1.88. So it's a two-person tent. There's the poles there. It's a two-pole tent. So if you're familiar with the Pioneer tent, there's nothing changed with how many poles they use. Still two poles. So anyway, I'll go into a bit more detail about it once I get it pitched. Right then, that's the tent pitch, so here's the big reveal. Give you a look about. Looks spot on, doesn't it? So, like I said earlier, this is the Pioneer Lite 2. It's the updated version of the Pioneer Compact 2. And I'll just quickly cover some of the updated bits of this tent compared to the Compact 2. So the main one is the weight. They've made a 25% weight saving on this tent. This tent actually weighs, without the footprint and pegs, 1.5 kilograms. With the footprint and pegs, it's 1.88 kilograms. Now I own a Fjallraven Abisko Lite 1, and without the footprint, that weighs 1.65 kilograms for a one-person tent. I'm just going to get this flying ant off the camera. Bloody hell. Right, that's that gone. With a footprint, it weighs 1.9 kilograms. So that just goes to show how light this tent is. Another improvement is they've made the vestibule 20% larger. They've added some adjustable tie-out points there. So you've got them on each corner of the tent. I don't think the Compact had them on either. The poles are 8.5. They're the Terra reflex poles. I think the 8.5 diameter there. 2 poles. You've got the removable vent cover there. A couple of clips there with the adjusters on. Oh, that's all neat. You've got the dual doors which open the opposite way. So if you've got one door open and the wind changes direction, which means you're probably going to have the wind blowing into your vestibule, you can shut that door and open another door so that the wind's blown against the door. What else is there? Oh, the doors themselves, what they've done is they've made them so if you bring trekking poles with you, you can set the door up as a bit of an awning, a bit of like a canopy. So you can hook your trekking pole onto the door, get a guy line, pull that out, and you can have a little bit more protection from the wind. So if you were doing any cooking or anything, so that's another feature of this tent. But anyway, why did I pick this tent? I did own the MSR Elixir 2, which was a fantastic tent, but it weighed around about 2.5 kilograms, and I wanted something lighter. So I sold that to fund this tent. Now you're thinking lightweight. I wanted to keep away from the norm at the minute, and there's nothing wrong with them, but every other tent that you look at for lightweight camping is a Durston. Now they look fantastic, but I just wanted something a little bit different. I know that you've got the X-Mids and the X-Domes. Now I was reading up a little bit about the X-Dome. I'm just going to get my phone out because I screenshot all the specifications for the X-Dome 2. I'll just find it, and I'll just give you a little bit of a comparison to this tent. So, like I've already mentioned, this tent without the footprint and pegs weighs 1.5 kilograms. Yeah. The complete tent for the X-Dome 2 with the regular inner weighs 1.25 kilograms. So 250 grams lighter for the Durston. Now if you were to get the solid inner, that would make the tent 1,350 grams. So that then makes that only 150 grams heavier. Now anyway, last night when I was packing my bag, I weighed the inner and the fly separately, and it came out at 1.1 kilograms. Now just looking at the X-Dome 2 with the regular inner, that comes in at 920 grams, which is impressive. With the solid inner, that is 1,020 grams. So for the inner and the fly, there is only around about 80 grams difference between the two. Obviously the Pioneer Lite 2 is the slightly heavier tent. As far as it coping in bad weather, I don't know. Terra have categorised this tent as a 3 to 4 season tent. I like this tent, and I'm looking forward to spending the night in it. So I'm going to get all my gear in and I'll give you a look inside. Right, so straight away, this is massive, absolutely huge. Ha! Look at this. So you've got a nice big door opening here. The door just rolls up. Stuff's in that pocket there. You've got 2 large pockets at this end of the tent, and the same at the other end of the tent, 2 large pockets there. The dimensions of the floor of this tent, it's at the foot end and the head end, it's 1 metre across. In the middle, it's 1.4 metres wide. The height is 1 metre and the length is 2.2 metres. I'll just get my phone out and we'll have a look at some of the other facts about this tent. So, like I've already said, they say it's a 3 to 4 season tent, sleeps 2. The fly sheet has a hydrostatic head of 3,000 millimeters, and the ground sheet has a hydrostatic head of 5,000 millimeters. I already covered it's 25% light air. They've expanded the porch by 20%, which I already mentioned. Removable rain cap, which I already said. I think I've covered most of this, to be honest with you. Yeah, I covered most of it out there. But no, it's massive. It's huge. It's like solid round the lower part of the tent, and then you've got these mesh panels up here. So you've got two mesh panels there, and then it's solid, 4 solid panels here. You've got these bits here, you could put some cord through there, make a little bit of a washing line, or hang your light from them. But yeah, it's the same this side, 2 big solid panels here, 2 mesh panels there. You have got a door on this side, if we have a look at that. Let's see, I can do it one-handed. Right, so you've got another door here. Now, there's no pocket to put that door in, so, but you can see it has got a clip here. Now, what is noticeable straight away is the vestibule is a lot smaller on this side of the tent. But, I already checked this at home. What you can do is, again, see if I can do it one-handed. Right, there you go. You can unclip that. And, again, you can slide the floor back here as well. So, you can do exactly the same. That would be all folded back. There. Slide the floor back. And you can actually expand that vestibule as well, which is quite handy, isn't it? Looks pretty decent. Really happy with it. Anyway, I'm going to get all my gear in. Right, that's everything set up in the tent there now. I just want to show you this and all. This tent on the outer fly door opening, it doesn't have the traditional tie back points. It has these clips here. So unclip them, zip it up. On the bottom of this, you've got these little toggle things here. See that there? That will clip into that bit there to stop the door opening through the night. But anyway, this door, what you do is get the said clip and put it around the pole like that, and then just tuck that bit in there like that. spot on. Anyway, I'll show you all my gear. Look at all that space, man. Look at all that. Acres of space. Start with my sleep system. Hang on. It's just the usual Thermarest Neo Extra mat, the Rab Neutrino Pro 300 sleeping bag, and the Seat of Summer Eros pillow. I've got my Thermarest Z seat mat there. That keeps me backside insulated off the ground. I've got me toiletries in the bag there, which is in that pouch, and some wipes there, just in case I need to go to the toilet. I've got a dry sack here with me down jacket in. I've got another one here with all my nighttime gear in, and a spare fleece. My raincoats there, rucksacks there. Yeah, I can even keep the rucksack inside the tent as well, so that's spot on. So here I've got the 2 litre hydro pack with my water in. I've got a couple of cans here, two small cans there. The Brewdog Wingman Session IPA. What's that? 4.3%. Brewdog Elvis Juice, 6.5%. The Yeti mug for me coffees. The Whiteside Adventures stove. Alcohol stove there. That's got all the burner in and the bioethanol and everything in that. At this end here, I've got my bag there with my electricals in. I've got my little case for my camera battery. I've got my head torch there, which is the Fenix. I think is it the Fenix HM 65R-DT. Cracking little torch, that head torch. And then I've got the new torch here, the Lite Baton 3 Pro Max, which I showed you on the last video. So, yep, that comes in a nice little pouch there. In my goodie bag, I've got some refrigerators there, katsu chicken bites. I've got me real termite meal, chili con carne. Couple of cereal bars for in the morning. Some Taylor's coffee bags there. Flying Start. Some beef jerky. Milk for me coffee. Me titanium forks in there. And I've got a spare plastic fork as well, and the lighter. What else? Got another lighter here, Soto one, and oh yes, the Yorkie bar. You guessed right, the good old-fashioned Yorkie bar, solid as a rock. Yes, I'm still on my diet, but I've done some graft again today to get up here, so I will most definitely look forward to having that later on with a nice Taylor's coffee. You better believe I will. Right, I'm going to have a can now, and then I'm just going to sit and chill. Well, nice can of Elvis juice. It's a little bit shook up. Here we go. Oh, that first mouthful is always the best, isn't it? We've got some friends for the night. A little bit of company. What a fantastic evening. Look at this, man. Beautiful. 7:10 now. You can see the orange glow in the sky, but I don't think we're going to get a full-on sunset. The sun hasn't shown its face all day, but you can still see the colours in the sky. It's still looking absolutely beautiful. Grass mower. And then up onto Ale Crag and Crag Ale. That one down there, that'll be out the side. And then Barrow just over there in the distance. Hey, well, I think I'll have a walk back up to the tent. Well, I've just been sat in the tent there. I've got my nighttime thermals on, down jacket and everything on. I've come out and that's the first sight of the sun all day. And it's due to set in about half an hour. You couldn't neck it up. Yeah, I'm really liking the tent. Loving the space. Easy to pitch. No, it's great. Great little tent there. The hell's that? That can get lost. Aye. Snaking around me tent. Oh, wow. Aye, earlier on today when I was walking up, there was two lads and I could hear this really loud music. And I stopped for a bit. I got my drone out and that. And the lads had stopped and the music was blaring. I thought, oh my God. So I asked them where they were camping. They were saying, oh, up there somewhere. So I was trying to entice them up on Grassmoor because I knew I wanted to be on Sand Hill. Anyway, I got talking to a guy on the way up and they got past me. And I thought, watch them get up onto Sand Hill. But anyway, when I got up here, they weren't here. If they'd been on here tonight, music on, that would have really done my head in. But no, I've got it to myself. What a peaceful night. Just what I like. I should really go and cook me food. But to be honest with you, I'm not really hungry. I had them 2 sandwiches when I got up here earlier. And they have filled us. But I am going to cook it. I might give it an hour or so and then I might have it. Look at that. Beautiful. Hey, time for another can, I think. I'll have this and I might have some food. Oh, very nice, huh? Alright, it's been a canny walk up today. It's a tough walk, it is kind of steep getting up there, but I really do like that Whiteside ridge. Absolutely spot on. A few little scrambly bits here and there where you got to get hands on, but it's very enjoyable. Really enjoyed it. And I'm loving this new tent. Absolutely fantastic. It's nice to get out in it. I've only had it up in the garden twice previously, but no, it seems to be really well made. And I'm loving the space inside. It's absolutely spot on. It's just being able to get your rucksack inside the tent with you. Alright, it's turned out to be a canny evening. No sunset, but we've got all the colours in the sky. We'll see if we get a sunrise in the morning. Well, I think I'm gonna prepare me food and have that. And I tell you what, I will sleep tonight. A little bit tired, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think sunrise in the morning is 6 o'clock, so I'll probably get up about 5, get most of my gear packed away, and then head back down to the van. Yep, I'm going to get my stove fired up. Well, here's my chili con carne, rehydrated, so I'm going to give it a try. Give it a quick stir. Well, there you guns. Yeah, it's very nice. Well, the usual crack. I'm going to have this, have my can, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, I enjoyed my food earlier. It was really nice. I finished my can. I went out and checked all the guy lines. Everything's hunky-dory there. And I've just had the stove back on and made myself a nice brew. Nice tailless coffee bag. Oh, very nice. So, it's Yorkie time. Been looking forward to this all day. Like I say, cutting back through the week and that. Not having any biscuits or chocolate or sweets or anything like that. Eating proper healthy. Having me vegetables and me fruit. Not eating any bread. Oh, yeah, but on a weekend, I will treat myself with a Yorkie bar. Very nice indeed. Oh. I'm going to have my coffee and my Yorkie. I've gone out and brushed my teeth. And then I think I'm going to get my head down for the night. It's 10:10 now, so I've set my alarm clock for 5 o'clock. And I'll get up and see what the crack is outside. See if we're going to get a sunrise. Really like the tent. Spot on. I'll have to try it in a little bit of bad weather. Get a bit of confidence with it. Well, that's me all ready for bed now. Finished my coffee and Yorkie. Been out and brushed my teeth. Had a wee. And I'm all in my sleeping bag. All tucked up. Got my nighttime hat on so I can pull that over my eyes. That's when I take the old spectacles off. I've set my alarm clock for 5 o'clock. That'll give us a chance to get up, make a brew, put some of my gear away. And if there's a sunrise, then I'll capture it on time lapse. So it's been a great day. Fantastic camp up to now. Love the tent. So yeah, catch us in the morning. Good night.
Good morning. Alarm clock's just gone off for 5 o'clock there. I'm going to pop outside and see what the weather's doing. Last night I had a pretty decent night's sleep. As far as condensation in the tent, it's actually bone dry. What I did do is I left the inner tent open towards the top just to let a little bit of airflow through, but no, everything seems okay. So like I say, I'm gonna get up, get myself sorted, make a brew, and if I think there's going to be a sunrise, then I'll put the camera on time lapse and I'll put the footage up on the screen. Anyway, I'll speak to you in a bit.
Yeah, you can see the orange glow in the sky there. So fingers crossed, I think we might get a sunrise. Anyway, I'm gonna put the stove on and make myself a coffee and have a cereal bar. What a lovely morning. That orange glow in the sky over there, man. It's looked very misty towards Helvellyn. This tent though, love it. Absolutely spot on. When you get used to a one-person tent, and then you get back into a two-person, Jesus, the space is unbelievable. In fact, I think I had too much space. Normally in the one-person tent, you've got everything literally in reaching distance. In there, I was having to get up and lean over to grab what I needed. But no, it's a fantastic tent, that. Right, that's all the gear you put away in the tent. Everything's in the rucksack there. So I'll be ready to drop the tent now. The tent is absolutely bone dry, so that little bit of breeze, that's how keep the tent dry. Right, I'm going to get the tent dropped. Yep. Just as I'm packing the tent away, the sun has come out. In good typical fashion. Right, it's 7:20 now, and as you can see, the sun is high in the sky there. It's absolutely beautiful. I've dropped the tent and packed my bag. Just give you a look around here. Just flattened grass. I've left no pegs and I've left no rubbish. All my rubbish is in a rubbish bag in me rucksack. So always remember, follow the golden rule, leave no trace, leave the place as you found it, have a little bit of respect for where you're staying. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back down. I'm going to head down Gasgale Gill, and it's just down all the way, back straight down that valley and straight back to the van. I don't want to leave. It's mornings like this where you wish you brought a little bit more food and stopped out and moved on to the next fell. Anyway, let's go. Just as we walk back away, I'm just looking directly through there. And I think I was pointing that out yesterday, saying it was Scarfell Pike. But when I've had another think about it, I think it's possibly Great Gable and Green Gable. I think Scarfell Pike is further round. Right, this is our path here. I'm going to head down off the end of Sand Hill, come down here, down to Coledale Hause, and then we'll bear right and drop down alongside Liza Beck and down into Gasgale Gill. Steady away down here, it's all loose rock. Just looking down there near the waterfall, I can see a tent right on the waterfall. What a class little spot that is, eh? So here we are, Coledale Hause. It's a bit like a crossroads really. So that's looking back up onto Sand Hill where we've just come down. There's the path branching off. If you wanted to go up to Hobcarton, path here, which will drop you down to the mine. You've got the path here, which will take you up and onto Grasmoor. And I've just been looking at the little path there, going up onto Eel Crag. Looks a bit sketchy, but I've seen people walk it. Wouldn't like to do it with my camping kit on, like. Right, while I'm here, I'm going to lose the layer because I am getting a little bit warm now. I think that's better. So here's our path here. Drop down into Gasgale Gill and walk alongside Liza Beck. There's them two tents I was on about earlier. I could only see one, but there's two there. Probably them two lads that are staying up on top of Whiteside yesterday. Love the sound of running water. Beautiful. Hey up! Went over on my backside there. Goes to show you gotta be really careful, especially with loose rock underfoot. Absolutely amazing. I'm looking up onto Grasmoor, and then just over here you've got Gasgale Crags. Oh, we're just going to walk into some much needed shade here. I'm absolutely boiling. Red hot. Yeah, we've just come around the corner there now, so the sun's out of sight. Quite welcoming. Just gets me every time when you stood literally beside some of the higher fells and you come to appreciate the absolute sheer scale of them. They're absolutely massive. Looking in front of us there now, Mel Break. Alright, just getting to this bit here. Gonna have to put the camera down. Got this to get down. So, it'll be a backside job. There's a tiny little pool down there. We'll go for a dip. That would be really refreshing now. Here we are back at the bridge that we crossed yesterday at the start of the walk. So I'm going to take this opportunity to wrap this video up. But before I do wrap the video up, I forgot to mention yesterday about the tent. If you want to see a more in-depth review of the Terra Pioneer Lite 2, then check out Chris Glaves' channel. If you've not come across Chris Glaves' channel before, he does all things backpacking, hiking, wild camping and gear reviews, and he does an absolutely awesome review of this tent. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description of my video to his channel and the video in question. Anyway, back to the camp. It's absolutely fantastic. The tent is absolutely perfect. I loved it. Can't say anything else about it other than it was absolutely brilliant. Like, if you like this video, why not hit the like button and maybe even subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything and you will receive notifications of future videos. Until then, stay safe, leave no trace, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ta for now.